Prime Minister Binyamin Netanyahu is saying Israel is now just one step away from victory. So he's certainly not presenting the withdrawal of the 98th Division, that's about 10,000 men from southern Gaza, as a step back from the conflict. Certainly not as a reaction to US pressure. What the Israelis are saying, and you mentioned there the IDF statement, is that they've achieved what they set out to achieve in Khan Younis. Their intelligence gathering operations have been completed, their military ground operations have been completed. As far as they are concerned, Hamas's Khan Younis brigade has been dismantled. Therefore, there is no further need for them to be there. In the meantime, what that does, they say, is it allows the population of Khan Younis, which is one of the biggest cities in the Gaza Strip, displaced to Rafah in the south, to return to their houses in Khan Younis, which in turn makes it easier for the Israelis looking forward if they decide to launch an offensive against the town of Rafah on the border with Egypt, something they've been threatening to do, but which the Americans have been asking them not to do. So as far as the Israelis are concerned, not a step back, but perhaps a preparation for something else. And in that context, it's interesting that they're preparing to send a further 3 divisions, that's about 40,000 men, to the edge of the Gaza Strip, on the Israeli side, obviously.
And ceasefire talks seem to be moving forward incrementally, with talks expected in Cairo today. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, it's interesting that these talks are taking place at a pretty high level, given the fact that there's not an awful lot of optimism around at the moment, but the pressure certainly on Israel from the United States, with Joe Biden saying he wants an immediate ceasefire, and from the Israeli population demanding either or both that Binyamin Netanyahu should go and that more should be done to prioritize the release of hostages from the Gaza Strip. You know, the context is there, the pressure is certainly there on the Israeli side. Many Israelis accuse the government of not putting enough weight behind the negotiating team, trying to limit the amount of freedom they have to negotiate with Hamas. But the delegation that is there from the United States, the chief of the CIA, William Burns, from Qatar, the ruler of Qatar, the head of Egyptian intelligence, and a Hamas delegation in Cairo as well, suggests that a lot of pressure is being put on internationally to try and get something to happen this time round. It is unlikely that it will happen. Hamas, for its part, is saying, first of all, for something to happen, the Israelis have to agree to a complete ceasefire. They also have to withdraw all their troops out of the Gaza Strip. And they have to allow for the return of Palestinians who have been forced out of northern Gaza. Israel describes those terms as delusional, but the fact perhaps that Israel has withdrawn some of its troops today from Gaza may make it possible to get some shift forward.